Hey everybody, welcome to the Get Certified series. I'm Bhargavi, and through the course of this 6-part series, we'll be walking you through everything that you need to know to take the Google Partners exams and get AdWords certified. Today, I'll be walking you through the AdWords mobile exam. So do keep in mind that this is a live event. So if you've got any questions, you can ask them and I will try and answer them through the course of this Hangout or towards the end. And you will also be receiving an email with a couple of resources as well as a link to this recorded event. Now, the agenda for today, first off, we're going to be discussing why mobile. The second, we'll be going through how to build your ads for mobile, and then how to engage your audience and how you can measure your success. First, why mobile? Now, you should be able to see a set of statistics on your screen at the moment, but let's take a more practical approach to this. When you wake up every morning, what's the first thing that you do? You're probably going to pick up your phone and try and check what time it is. And then it's time to plan for your day. So what do? You research what events are happening in your city, what time your movie is, what time the new store is opening. So whether you start this customer journey out on a mobile device or end it, the mobile device definitely plays a very important part throughout the course of your day. So how do you identify trends and opportunities that are available as an advertiser within mobile devices? There's something called the consumer barometer. Now, this is a tool that helps you understand how people around the world use the internet, what devices they're using, how often they research before making a purchase, what process they use to specifically make a purchase itself. And the consumer barometer also helps you build graphs as well as some curated insights from Google on consumer behavior on mobile devices and how you could use these to your advantage. So the next thing that you should be doing would be to optimize your website for mobile. And the three main principles here would be to simplify the content that you're serving to your users, limiting the amount of information because a mobile screen does have limited space, and the amount of time and patience that a user may have to go through that information could be limited too, as well as learning to link this experience across devices. Since a lot of people may come into your business on a mobile device, but eventually end up converting or taking any sort of action at all on a desktop or eventually come back to a tablet. Now, how does a mobile device help you as an advertiser? Now, there are three main points here. The first one could be to promote your app. It helps you find users to install your app, to engage once again with your app, and helps you understand a little bit more about your users, the situations in which they're turning to your application, the actions that they take, as well as helps you identify users that you want to bring back to your app so that you can push these users to make more valuable conversion actions on your application. The second thing that a mobile helps you do is to engage your audience. Now, this can take three forms. The first one is driving calls to your business, which you can do with call extensions or through the creation of call-only ads within your campaigns. The second would be to drive online sales. Now, when a user comes to your website through a mobile device, they want to see a website that loads equally fast on a mobile device, is easy to navigate around, as well as things like a call to actions, which may be more relevant on a mobile device, things like a location extension that could help a user come visit your business, which also talks to the third point, which would have to do with driving store sales. And the last thing that mobiles help you do is to build awareness. Now, this is in terms of how you structure your campaign or how you create the ads. Having text that is friendly to more mobile user devices, as well as targeting options that help you reach users at a specific time. And then optimizing your campaign to see how these ads or how your campaign reaches out to users who are reaching out to your business. Now, how does Google help you in these aspects? With a mobile app network that's got more than 650,000 apps, you can promote your app on the Google Play Store. So integration with Google Play also helps you identify the number of app installs, a section that we'll also be covering under conversion tracking later on in this presentation. Ad formats that allow you to showcase your ads seamlessly across devices so that you don't need to take the effort to create a separate ad format for every device that you'd like to showcase your ad on, as well as campaign performance and optimization data that you can use to measure the success of your campaigns. Now, the next section that we're going to cover is building ads. Now, what are the networks available to you? The search network, the display network, and the YouTube network. Now, the search network, as you may already know, is Google Search and Search Partners, where your ads can show, while the display network includes the Google Display Network, as well as the Ad Mob network, which is used by app developers so that they can showcase ads within their own applications. And in terms of YouTube, you do have different ad formats that can showcase equally well on mobile devices. So now going into the ad formats that we've got, the types of mobile ads that you've got are mobile text ads, mobile image ads, and in terms of app promotion ads, you've got app install ads and app engagement ads. And in terms of video, you've got different formats like the video masthead, TrueView in-stream ads, as well as TrueView display ads. So the types of mobile ads that are available to you, like I mentioned, the first one was text ads. Now, text ads can come in the form on a search campaign in the form of expanded text ads, as well as in a display campaign, in which it can take any one of these three formats that you see on the screen right now. They could be simple text ads, rich media ads, which use images to boost your ads performance. Now, where do these images come from? These could be logos that come from your Google Plus page or other images from third-party sources that help increase the performance of your ad, as well as, and the third format being the native ads, which sort of alter their appearance to be in line with the content that's served on the publisher's website. And this too can be enhanced with images from your Google Plus page, as well as third-party images. So expanded text ads are essentially provide you more two headlines as well as a larger description line so that you can use up more ad space to showcase more about your business to users, whether they're coming in from a desktop or on a mobile device. The next ad type that we'll be covering are display ads, which of course you can create by yourself or use the ready ad gallery, which has preset templates within the AdWords interface. Now, this can also scan images off of your website, so you don't have to go about actually having to create image ads from scratch. You've also got mobile app ads, which, like I mentioned, have to do with mobile app installs as well as mobile app engagement ads. Now, a mobile app install ad is the first type under a mobile app promotion ad, which essentially drives users to download your application in the first place. So when they're searching for a particular, or when they're trying to complete a particular action, your app may come up as a way for them to take this particular action. Now, this could drive, in this sense, you could drive more downloads with these sort of ads. While an app engagement ad encourages users who previously downloaded your ad to come and interact with your application, possibly upgrade to a newer version, try out a new feature, or just to take a conversion action on your mobile application itself. Now, you may have a question about the difference between app promotion versus an app extension. So an app promotion ad is a type of ad itself in which you would, like I mentioned, drive a user to either install your app or re-engage with your app. While an app extension is a sort of ad extension that you can add along with your text ads, which allows you to showcase users a way back into your application or to install your application along with your standard text ads. And the last type of ad format that we'll be covering are YouTube ads. So like I mentioned before, these do have to do with video mastheads, which are essentially, if you go into youtube.com, the ad that you see right on top, now that's an example of a video masthead. And you've also got TrueView in-stream ads, which occur at the start, or at the end of an ad, as well as TrueView discovery ads, which show up on places where people discover new content. Another popular format that is used is a lightbox ad. Now, lightbox ads are the type of ad formats that you see that require some sort of interaction from users for them to showcase to them, which means on a desktop, it would be something like a user having to hover over the ad, while on a mobile device, they'd actually have to click on the ad for the video itself to start playing. And in the same way, you've got a slightly different billing strategy or bidding strategy for this, which means you can bid by viewable cost per impression, or you can bid through the CPE bidding. Now, the best part about not having to create separate ad creatives in each case is that the AdWords system itself will adapt these different ad formats for you, which means you've got features like auto resizing as well as updating into HTML5, which are better ways of creating your image ads. And this comes with no great loss in quality as well as an improved performance, since people are seeing a much better quality of your ads across all of their devices. And ad extensions, of course, always help you supplement your ads. This can be in terms of call extensions, which drive users to call your business if they need to speak to a human being to complete a particular action. Something like a location extension, which allows them to come visit your business or to see where exactly your business is located. a site link extension, which could direct them to particular sections of your website that may be more relevant to them than the main landing page that you've selected, or an app extension, which could drive them to install your application itself. Now that you've got down the basics of how exactly this works, how would you engage your audience? Now, all of this has to do with the right targeting as well as the right bidding. And in terms of bids, the first thing that you should take into account is a mobile bid adjustment. So whether you've got a lot of traffic coming in from mobile devices or you're seeing a lot of conversions from mobile devices, the fact that mobile plays a vital part in the conversion path itself accounts for the fact that mobile bid adjustments really come into play here. So how you would decide your mobile bid adjustments would be to divide your mobile conversion rate by your computer conversion rate and subtracting 1 from this. Now, the reason that you'd use these particular rates is that you've got enough data over the past, let's say, 90 days. So assuming you've got about 20 conversions, 20 mobile conversions, and 20 computer conversions over the last 90 days, this is a very useful formula in trying to figure out what the ideal mobile bid adjustment could be for you. Another way to target the right audience would be through the use of keywords, which happen in both search campaigns as well as display campaigns. And how you could come up with new ideas for this would be through the keyword planner or the display planner. Now, the keyword planner gives you estimates as well as some new ideas for keywords that you could use to target your campaigns, while the display planner gives you ideas such as placements, as well as historical data and some estimates on how exactly these placements could work well for you and your business. And how targeting works on different networks. Like I mentioned, the search network does have targeting options such as keyword targeting, location, language targeting, as well as device targeting, while the display network offers you options of contextual targeting, topic or placement, audience targeting, as well as app targeting to showcase your ads within particular apps. So how would you bid for the way that your ads show up? Now, mobile bidding strategies come in 2 forms. One is an automatic bidding strategy, and the other is a flexible bidding strategy. With an automatic bidding strategy, all you'd have to do is put in the daily budget that you'd like within the AdWords system, and the system will help adjust your cost per click to receive the most possible clicks within your budget. While with the flexible bidding strategies, you could put in a particular amount that you're willing to spend. So for example, with something like a target CPA. Now, a target CPA is where you define what your cost per acquisition would be, and the system will optimize your bids to make sure that you're getting as many conversions as possible at this target CPA that you've defined within the system. So the other flexible bidding strategies are things like enhanced cost per click, maximize clicks, target search page location, target return on ad spend, and target outranking share. The last feature that we definitely should keep in mind is remarketing. Now, let's say a user has interacted with your website before on a mobile device. Now, the best way to push them to convert, or the best way to capture this user again, would be to showcase them maybe customized ad text. And this is what remarketing helps you with. So it'll help you build lists of custom audiences, things like maybe cart abandoners, things like people who've come onto your website and visited particular sections of your website, and you can remarket the same back to them so that users are more interested since they already know your business and they'd like to come back and possibly perform a conversion action on your website. And to do this, like I mentioned, you do need to create a remarketing list. And So the next bit that we will be discussing is how to measure your success, how to measure the success of your mobile campaigns. Now, an important concept here is the full value of mobile. Seeing as how a user can start off their journey on a mobile device and then eventually convert on desktop or vice versa, and also have multiple interactions on a mobile device and then on a desktop and eventually convert on either one of the two. The full value of mobile is something that's very important to take into account. A lot of common conversion actions that are missed out here could be cross-device conversions, call conversions. For example, when someone sees your ad, clicks on it, and eventually tries to call your business. Now, this could be a conversion action that's not being accounted for, as well as in-store or in-app conversions. And this is when having to measure your conversions to optimize your campaigns really comes into play. So the main steps here would be to track this correctly, then to attribute it to the right sources, and then to report it in such a way that you can take advantage of these reports and understand where your traffic is coming in and what sort of users are making conversions on your devices. Now, in terms of tracking your mobile success, going back to our example of something like an application that you're trying to promote, Tracking app conversions could be in terms of app downloads or in-app conversions. Now, app downloads, as the name itself suggests, is just a count of a number of people who've downloaded your app, while an in-app conversion is an action that's defined by you. It could be someone visiting a particular section of the app versus somebody who may be upgrading their app to the latest version. And how conversions are measured across different Google networks. On search and display is something that is defined by an advertiser. So anything that is of value to your business can be defined as a conversion action. While in-app promotion ads, of course, it does come into play the number of people who've installed your application. While on video ads, essentially the ads that you would probably showcase on YouTube, conversion actions would be counted as someone watching 30 seconds of your ad or taking a valuable action, such as interacting or clicking on your ad itself. Now, the second step in measuring your success would be to choose an attribution model that suits your business the best. 4 important attribution models here would be the last click model, the time decay model, the linear model, and the first click model. Now, what each of these models does is attribute the credit of a particular conversion to different aspects of your campaign. For example, the last click model gives the most credit to the last clicked ad as well as the last click keyword, while the first click model does exactly the opposite. It gives all of the credit to the ad that was first clicked on by the user. And a time decay model works on a 7-day half-life system, which essentially means a click 8 days before conversion would get half as much credit as a click on the ad 1 day before the conversion. Now, in the same way, a linear attribution model would equally distribute the credit for the conversion along all of the clicks on the path. And the last thing would be reporting these. Now, reporting every conversion that you have received would mean that you'd have to take into account the number of devices or the other devices that have played a part through the conversion path. And this is where cross-device conversion tracking comes into play. There is a column that you can add within your AdWords campaigns, which reflects to you the number of cross-device conversions. And this can be added either at a campaign, an ad group, or at a keyword level. So this helps you understand which keyword has come into play, where a user may have seen your ad on a mobile device and then converted on a desktop device, and essentially any combination of these devices that you can think of. Now, in terms of understanding conversion tracking, understanding app conversion tracking, we have got 2 sets. Now, within the Android system, you've got codeless conversion tracking. Since Google does own the Play Store, we are able to track the number of people who install your app. While if this is not an option that you'd like to go for, there are software development kits, which means when an app developer puts in the AdWords conversion tracking software development kit within the app, now this can help you track how many people are downloading your app or taking any other in-app conversions that you may have defined to the system. Another alternative here would be server-to-server conversion tracking, which lets customers send the required details for the AdWords app conversion tracking from their server to Google server at the time of the conversion event actually occurring, while an app install confirmation provides the option to use Google's SDK or server-to-server solutions to track Android conversions at the time that you open a particular app. While on an iOS device, while similar options are available in terms of the SDK and server-to-server, there is a third option, which is in terms of installing a feedback conversion tracking, which is a feedback mechanism that allows customers and third-party tracking companies to get confirmation from Google every time an iOS app install event can be attributed to an AdWords click or an AdWords view. In terms of measuring the impact of your campaigns, analytics is definitely a useful tool, since it does give you a lot of insight in terms of the sort of users that are coming onto that are seeing your ads and the sort of users that are taking valuable actions. Now, a couple of these reports that could be useful to you could be things like the App Overview Report, which summarizes data from mobile app analytics reports and allows you to understand the general health of your app as well as general data trends. Things like audience reports will show you the types of audiences that are interacting with your ads, how often they use your app, as well as what devices they're coming in from. While things like the new users report, as well as the sources report, shows you how many new users and from what sources they're coming in. Now, with this, we've come to the end of our presentation. And in terms of the exam, it's a 90-minute long exam with about 70 questions, and you need a total of about 80% to pass. And the exam stays valid for 12 months. I hope you found this presentation useful, and we've got a quick pop quiz coming up for you all in the next couple of seconds. So first off, which of the following allows an app to open a window directly in your app from an ad? Is it an app index, a deep link, or a final URL? I hope all of you have gotten that, but the answer here is a deep link. So a deep link is something like a customizable URL, which essentially means that you can direct a user to a particular section of your app, as opposed to them having to navigate through the entire app and having to find the page that they're looking for. Now, the second question is, if you want to run a display campaign, what tool would you use to come up with targeting methods? Could you use the keyword planner, the display keyword planner, the display planner, or Google Trends? The answer here would be the display planner. Now, the display planner, like I mentioned, helps you come up with potential placements for your apps or for your ads, so that people who are going on the most relevant website, who are visiting the most relevant content in terms of the content that you are trying to distribute to them, will be able to see your ads and possibly download your app too. So we'll now be taking a couple of questions from those of you who are still here on the presentation. Okay, first off is, could you please explain a bit more about AdMob in the display network? So the AdMob by Google helps you monetize your mobile app through in-app advertising, which essentially means an app developer can take advantage of this and allow ads to show within the apps that they are creating. So ads can be displayed within apps as banner ads, interstitial ads, which are essentially ads that appear while another page is loading, video ads, or as native ads. So AdMob also uses the Google Mobile Ads SDK, which helps app developers get insights about their users, try and drive more in-app purchases, as well as maximize ad revenue. I hope that answers your question. Now, the next one is, please explain mobile bid adjustment again. All right. So taking into account the number of users that you're seeing coming in from a mobile device, and let's say you've got enough data within your AdWords account over the last 90 days. You've seen that you've got a significant number of conversions over on mobile devices, and you've also got a significant number on computer devices. But you can see that your cost per conversion may be lesser on mobile, or that you're simply getting in a lot more traffic from mobile devices. What you would do is put in a mobile bid adjustment, which would allow your keywords and your ads, or essentially your forms of placement, to compete a bit better in the auctions, so that your ads can be shown to users who are coming in from a mobile device. Now, an easy way, like I mentioned, to calculate this would be to take into account your mobile conversion rate and your computer conversion rate, and using the formula that was provided on the screen to decide the sort of bid adjustment that you'd be applying to showcase your ads to users who are coming in from mobile devices. So that seems like all the questions for today. I hope you all found this session useful. And if you've got any comments or feedback, we'd be happy to hear from you. Thank you.